Today was Beta Breakers, which if you live in San Francisco or around San Francisco, you probably know about. Absolutely huge event. Um, Huge crazy event. Everyone gets drunk at 6 in the morning and puts on costumes and then walks or runs down San Francisco. It's like a race. Um, Absolutely crazy. It's been crazy today. A lot of drunk people, a lot of costumes. So, yeah. Yeah, well, I got through about 100 emails tonight, which is pretty damn good. So, I'm thinking about moving again. Kind of want to go. Hmm, do I want to move? All right, I'll move until my battery dies. All right, let me change my camera again. I think it'll be worth it. All right. Wait for it. Camera is doing all sorts of weird, crazy things. Alright. Source offline. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, check this out. An awesome view, eh? Oh, I thought that was the eclipse. There it is. There is the solar eclipse. Okay, you're doing a horrible job at autofocusing. We can totally creep on some cars. Oh, being such a creeper. Alright. That's just creepy. Can creep on some people too. That's just way too creepy. All this bad lighting. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is kind of bad, isn't it? Okay. That'll work, I guess. Okay. Hi. There's this. I'm gonna try and cover that annoying reflection. Changing cameras. Hey, it was a nice smooth transition, so shouldn't have scared you that much. Yeah, see? Racy's got my back. Smooth transition. Yeah, I don't know where the Kappa stickers are. Sorry. Lots of Starbucks, actually. If I look hard enough, I can probably see one from here. No, I'm not at my apartment. I'm at Justin TV right now. For some strange reason. My internet's horrible at my apartment, so I can't broadcast or anything from my apartment. This is in San Francisco. Take you to McDonald's is a lot better places to eat here than McDonald's. Today I was a little bit of a tourist. I went to Pier 39. I went to Embarcadero, Fisherman's Wharf. It's okay to be a tourist sometimes. I didn't have like the. It cracks me up every time I see one of those sightseeing bus things, and you've got the entire top row of people with cameras like just going crazy. Oh, it just makes me laugh every time. That's true. Slim Z, cops were after me. My audio is off. Really? Is it? Oh. Okay. Freaking me out. This couch is really comfortable. I should move. I should just move my desk over to this couch. Since it's comfortable. Do it. I can. Serena could probably use some company over here. Uh, First of all, it was Tia, not Tina. And no, she isn't. She's working for a different company now. Shadowfox, I saw a total of 6 naked people today. 6. And one man that had mutant nipples. It was pretty disgusting. Is it, that's one thing I want to look up. Is it legal to be naked outside in San Francisco? Okay, public nudity. Apparently, you see, if back in Minnesota, if I walked down the street naked, I would get arrested for indecent exposure. Does that not exist here? I'm just so confused. You know, I should ask B. George. B. George knows everything. This one guy called me. What was it? I was broadcasting, but I think that's when it cut out. Not sugar. It was something weird. I was like, I don't really know how to take that. But yes, after walking through the Castro district today, I will never broadcast while walking through the Castro district. And now I'm actually afraid to broadcast while walking through the city in general. If it's allowed in the Castro district, it is probably allowed everywhere. I'm tired. I should go home. No, I'm not BC Boys. I just think it's really weird to walk down the street naked. That is just, I don't think it yeah, that's just weird. Like, okay, that's just I just draw the line at walking down the street naked. I don't want to see that. I just don't. And I will admit, I did do a second glance at the mutant nipples because it was just it was just so weird. I was like, what? Like literally WTF popped in my head. My friend told me no, it was not a bodysuit. My friend told me, do not admit that you second glanced at the mutant nipples. I will not be running naked down the street. That's just not my thing. Sorry. Sorry, Shadow Fox. Yeah, Minnesota was, at least yesterday, was in the 90s. So, Dylan, what's up, kid? Um, Hanging out? That's about it. Why are we still talking about Dylan being naked? It's a good question. I do not know. No snacks? Not that hungry. Um, alright, here's a funny thing. So, everything is more expensive in California. Would you believe that? It's true. Including groceries. And I know I'm probably not. I'm. It's expensive down here, and so there was a deal at the grocery store, Safeway. Um, I was gonna buy one box of macaroni and cheese, and there was a deal. 10 If you get 10 boxes of macaroni and cheese, it's $10. So it's like versus like $1.30 for each one. I freaking put 10 boxes of macaroni and cheese in my thing, and then I put a few other things like ice cream, whipped cream. What else did I get? Raspberries. Uh, and I think yogurt, something like that. Anyway, I go to checkout and they have people that bag your bags, and the guy's like, "You really like your mac and cheese?" I was like, "It's a deal, okay?" They made me get 10 for 10. I couldn't just pass it up. I was like, I'm gonna be here for 3 months. I'll probably eat 10 boxes of macaroni and cheese in my 3 months. So, spectacular. I do work for JTV, but I guess in some ways they pay my rent. Like going down here was completely my choice. I'm not down here for the money, and so, uh, I guess you can look at it as they pay my rent, just as if your job probably pays your rent, as in you get a financial income and then put that towards your rent. But no, they don't specifically pay for my rent. I just made that really complicated. I just like making things complicated. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm freaking tired. It's a really good experience. That's an awesome place. I don't know if any of you guys were familiar with the older Justin TV office. Um, this is like so much more awesome. Yes, I'm living at the office. Um, Michael used to actually take showers at the older Justin TV office when he was working for Justin TV, so it's not unheard of. But no, I'm not living at the office. It's just that my internet connection at my apartment is no bueno. So I have to come here to broadcast on a Sunday. But I was working as well, so. The old office was like a loft, pretty much. I mean, it had the main floor and then it had lofted offices. I'm in early. Actually, I have been in early for quite a bit. I do broadcast for you. I'm glad people are here. Last time I did a broadcast, I'm like, this is definitely not like the old days. I was broadcasting for like 5 minutes and I had no viewers. I was like, Finally, George came in. George came in, and I was like, yes, one viewer. Yes, Justin TV's only had, uh, well, maybe 3 offices. I'm not sure when Justin TV started out, I'm not sure where they started. I'm sure they didn't start in that building, but, um, over time, I mean, it's probably technically had 3 or 4, but really just 2, I'd say. Yeah, Justin's apartment, something like that. Do you have a job besides JTV? Are you an entrepreneur? No, I'm not an entrepreneur. I only work for Justin TV. No other jobs. You know, it would be sweet. I don't know if you guys have seen the view here. I'll show you the view. It'd be sweet if my apartment was here. 1 second. Okay, okay, alright. Just total creeping. Okay, that's... what am I doing? Let's go for the bus. Empty bus. Okay, people... Yeah, anyway. Awesome. I know I am spying, aren't I? Dylan's in stalker mode. Yeah, no problem, stir crazy. You can see me being the next Mark Zuckerberg. No, I don't have a good idea. If anyone has a good idea that they want to share that I can make money off of, let me know. I don't have a good idea. When am I leaving work? I probably maybe around 10. Go back home, go to bed, wake up, and then come back. You have a great night as well. Thanks for stopping by. What am I working on? Nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. Although I can classify this as working because I'm interacting with you. I'm testing the Justin TV broadcast system. No, I shouldn't even be here. It's Sunday. But I am. I've not been to a good taco truck. I saw a hot dog truck. I do love talking to you guys. It's awesome. This is the best job ever. I'm flight sim for a while, but whatever. The face is going to be fixed at some point. I'm in San Francisco, so that would be South California, I think. It's so sad. I don't know where I live. North? Oh, goodness. This is why I'm not a geography major. See, I should just not answer your question. I should just said I'm from San Francisco, and then you can figure out the north or the south part. No rice-a-roni yet. I'm not a huge rice-a-roni fan. Did I read your last email? I should have. When did you send it? If you sent it before a half an hour ago, it has disappeared. Oh, I see it, I see it. Yeah. You are welcome. I'm taking the bus. I'm taking the subway. Noonie. No way am I walking home. I've walked, well, probably walked around somewhere between 5 to 10 miles today. Don't fall asleep. I probably will, to be honest with you. I'm starting to get really tired. I am a communication major. I visited Alcatraz about 2 years ago, so I'm I'm not quite sure if it's that bad where you fall asleep on like Muni or Bart and you wake up in someone's house. Can't see that happening, but you never know these days. You know, funny that you say that, spectacular. Someone once did say I look like someone from 30 Rock. I'm not sure if it was that specific person, but I haven't watched that show in a long time. Okay, I just typed in hey with two Y's, and the iPhone decided to autocorrect me to heyday. What? Is that even a word? Heyday? Heyday! Um, it depends what you mean by band. Um, I deal with all the suspension agreements and um, well, it's inquiries. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired, obviously. But if someone gets suspended and they return, means they set up an agreement with me. That's my job. Go home, but I want to stay talking to you guys. You guys are fun. We can go back to creeping if I start to get boring. Does everyone want to go back to creeping? Give you a tour? There's like two people here right now, and I would feel really awkward. Oh, and the light just turned off. Demon, I can't really discuss what tools the administrator team does and does not have, so hope you understand. Do not autocorrect me to heyday. Seriously. I am on Skype. I'm always on Skype. Skype actually from my work computer, it auto logs in. From my personal computer, it doesn't. I'm starting to get tired. Skype username is dylan.justin.tv. You really want me to eat some awesome tacos, eh? Oh, can you see? Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. That's my awesome. I was wearing a hat today. Bad idea. No, it's not a link. That's my Skype. That's my Skype username. I'll have to try some street tacos. Mmm. Yum. But for now, I have to scarf down my 10 boxes of macaroni and cheese, so. I actually need to get some Advil. Well, hopefully I don't need to. Hopefully. It looks like I'm flicking people off when I go like that. Like, hey, I need to learn to, like, angle it. By the way, is it flicking someone off, flipping someone off, or giving them the bird? Flicking, flipping, is there any other words? Flicking, flipping. I say flipping. Saluting. Alright, have a good night, Goku. Ugh. Whoa. Goku movies. Oh, this is always interesting to watch. If this turns on in time. Turn on in time. This is one of the most fascinating things. Yeah, it's not going to turn on in time. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There it goes, there it goes. Oh, but there's no one there. Okay. Yeah. That was Sorry. It's really fascinating to see the fire truck try and get through like a huge amount of traffic. I'm always just like, how can they do that? It's crazy. This may be my cue to leave. Oh, but 05 just joined, so. You know, I'm not receiving Skype requests. I don't know why. You're the second person that says they sent me the Skype request, but I don't see it. Let's see. Play sounds related to contact available. No. Oh. Whoa. Oh, all of a sudden 2 people just sent it. Ah. There we go. Oh, trolls. I need to set myself as busy. I'm kind of hungry for some mac and cheese. Mmm. Except I need to pick up milk. Hey Gray, how you doing? Great to have you here. What are you all doing awake? It's it's late. Why are you all awake? Why am I awake? Well, it's 9 here, but it's freaking loud out there. Because I'm broadcasting. Oh, that's so nice. Alright, you guys want to start placing bets on how long it takes until I block Slim Z from Skype? Kidding, not that mean. Isn't that so freaking loud? Can you hear that? Okay, I don't. Let's see. Have I blocked anyone from Skype? Let's see. Invisible Ghost added me. We're just gonna decline that one. Alright, can I. Where do I see this? Okay, manage blocked users. 0. I've blocked no one from Skype. Hmm. Multitasking. It's alright. Yeah, who wants to become my first blocked user? Oh, you silly people. Oh, so sleepy. I really am gonna fall asleep on the BART. Or I won't even take BART. Muni. Wow. That is, quite the threat. I don't even know. That's just so freaking funny. Uh, you know what? I will give you a break. Um, telling our broadcasters to, in your words, quote, show your penis or die, is a violation of our terms of service and community guidelines, so I'll cut you some slack just because, although it probably shouldn't be funny, it just kind of caught me off guard, I'm sorry. But, no, seriously, don't do that. Thank you. Mm. Uno momento, please. I'm back. The difference between Bart and Muni. Bart comes in much slower intervals. Whoa. Alright, forget I just said that. Bart Bart arrives at stations at much slower intervals. um, but it reaches more out of San Francisco destinations. Muni is better for transit within San Francisco. Oh, I that was bad. No, it it just it just sounded dirty. It was not meant in a dirty condensation, but after I said it, I realized, oh come on, you have those moments where you say something and you're like, that did not sound right. Yeah, one of those. This is so weird. People that have like skeleton shirts. Like, yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Alright. Condensation. Leave me alone. This is why I decided to stop answering emails. Could you imagine me answering emails right now? Can we get a nude category added to JTV? No. Oh. Oh, you guys are just a ride tonight, aren't you? Just a ride. Yeah, I feel like the drop-down live channels thing is getting worse and worse every day. Yes, there's an animal category directory. So, yeah. I'm freaking hungry. I could go for a taco. Taco. I do need a taco. No, not a fish taco. That's disgusting. I'm not a seafood fan. Taco Bell is probably worse than a fish taco. Yet Taco Bell is so good. I have not. Wait, I've seen one Taco Bell. Where have I seen Taco Bell? I saw a Krispy Kreme donut. Oh, it's in Daly City. Is it worth it to go all the way over there? Yes, I do have a stock of mac and cheese. I really should eat my stock of mac and cheese. You guys want mac and cheese tonight? Cool. Homemade mac and cheese sounds kind of good. You know, White Castle. I highly doubt they have a White Castle in San Francisco. Let's see. I think I'm going to wrap this broadcast up in about 5 minutes. Okay, the only White Castle near San Francisco is White Castle Tours, and that is in San Ramon, California. If I were to drive to White Castle Tours, it would take a total of 49 minutes. But I do not have a car, so to walk it will take a total of 9 hours and 14 minutes. That includes riding the ferry. Yeah, but it's not even White Castle. It's White Castle Tours. Oh, headache. Probably because I haven't ate for a while. Actually, oh my gosh, the last time I ate was at like 12 today. Need food. Eat time. It is eat time. Order a pizza. I had pizza yesterday and the day before. No more pizza. We need some Kraft macaroni and cheese. Okay, but I'm sure we can make exception 05 because I have not ate. Alright guys, I think we're gonna go. I think I'll broadcast tomorrow, but it'll probably just be a work broadcast, so I won't be talking, and the audio will be muted, so not that fun, but yeah, if you want to see my sexy face, feel free. Alright, awkward. Cheerio then.